Okay. In last class we are studied a two-dimensional array and then advantages, disadvantages and applications of two-dimensional array. So in this class we will study about other link, okay, or list. List means it is a collection of data items. So in this list we have three types of list. One is array, another one is stacks, queues and linked list. So in this, firstly we will study what is linear data structure. Okay, so linear data structure means it is a data. Linear data structure is a data which has the linear relationship. Which has a linear relationship between the items. Okay. So this list is divided into two types. One is linear data structure, another one is non-linear data structure. So this linear data structure means it is a data structure in which each data item has a linear relationship between them. So what is mean by this linear relationship means each element has a relation with the other element. We call it as a linear relationship. Okay. So linear relationship means each element which has a relationship with the other element. We call it as a linear relationship. So how this linear relationship can be obtained means, so this linear relationship can be obtained by arranging or storing the elements in sequential manner. So if we are storing the elements in sequential memory location, we will obtain this linear relationship, or we can use the pointers to store the elements, or we can use links to store the elements. So by these methods we can obtain the linear relationship. So this linear relationship will be obtained when the elements are stored in sequential memory location, means one after the other, or we can use pointers. So these pointers used to store the address of another variable. So if we are using two variables means 10, 20, so this is A, this is B. So this will store the address of this and this will store the address of this, which means it has a relationship between these elements. So by that also we can obtain the linear relationship. And links, okay, we are using link, so that has a relationship between one element to the another element. So by these forms we can obtain the linear relationship. So example for this linear data structure is, one is stack, then queues and linked list. So these are the examples for linear data structure. So what is linear data structure means? So linear data structure is a structure in which the data item will have the linear relationship between them. So that we call it as linear data structure. So example for the linear data structure is stack, queues and linked list. So these are the examples. So until now we study what are the operations performed on this linear data structure. So we know that one-dimensional array has performed some basic operations, right? So those basic operations will be performed by the linear data structure also. Okay. So first one is traversal. So first operation is traversal. So traversal means the process of visiting each element at least once to perform some operations. So it visits visits the item to perform some operations at least once. That we call it as traversal. So traversal means the process of visiting the or accessing the each data item at least once to perform some operation. We call it as traversal. So next operation is insertion. So insertion means inserting a new item or new data item into the data structure. We call it as insertion. The process of inserting or adding a new data item into the given collection of data, that we call it as insertion. So next operation is deletion. So next is deletion. So deletion is the process of removing the item from a given data set or given data structure. So we call it as deletion. The process of removing the data, existing data item in a given data structure, we call it as deletion. So next we have searching. Searching means the process of finding the element which is existing in the data structure. Which data structure? The data structure contains a different elements. In that element we have to find that whether the searching element is present or not. So searching means the process of finding the existing element or element in a given data structure. We call it as searching. So next we have sorting. Okay. Sorting means the process of arranging the elements in the data structure either by ascending order or descending order. So we can sort the elements or arrange the elements either in ascending order or descending order. So that we call it as sorting. So sorting means the process of arranging the elements or the data items in the data structure, we call it as sorting. So next we have merging. So merging means the process of adding two or more data structures to form a single data structure. Means we are combining the two different data structures and forming a single data structure, that we call it as merging. Combining the process of combining the two structures to form a single data structure, that we call it as merging. So these are the operations performed on the linear data structures. So what are the operations performed on the linear data structure is traversal, which means it visits or accessing the elements at least once to perform some operation. So next one is insertion. Insertion means adding a new element into the data structure. Deletion. So deletion means removing or deleting the existing item in a data structure. So next is searching. Searching means it will be finding the data element in a data structure. So next one is sorting. The process of arranging the elements in ascending order or descending order. Last one is merging. Merging means combining the structures, two or more structures to form a single data structure, that we call it as merging. So these are the operations on linear data structure. So now we will study the first linear data structure, that is stack. Okay. So this stack means, so stack is also a collection of data items. So stack is a collection of data items. Okay. So stack is a collection of data items in which, okay, so in which the inserting an element or adding a new element in which new element or item, we call it as item. Okay. Adding a new item or deleting an existing item. So adding a new item or deleting an existing item that will be takes place at the same end. That we call it as stack. Okay. So stack is a collection of data items in which adding a new element and deleting an existing element takes place at the same end. Okay, so we know that array, right? So if we rotate that array, we call it as stack. So array means we are writing in a. So if we rotate that array, we will consider that as a stack. So stack will be represented like this. Okay. So what is the meaning of this stack means? So this stack has a collection of items. It has a collection of items. Okay. So it has a collection of items. Suppose this as a stack. Adding a new element. So if we want to add a new element into the stack, we will add this here. Okay. If we add a new element, we have to add at the top. So here we considered this as a top. Okay. So if we want to delete an element which has to be existed, so that will be done at the same end. So that we call it as stack. Okay, stack is a collection of items in which adding a new item and deleting an existing item takes place at the same end. So on the same end alli addition and deletion kuda perform martidde. That we call it as a stack. Okay, so in this stack, whatever the data will be inserted into the stack, so which is inserted at the least or recently inserted into the stack, that will be removed first. Okay, suppose consider this as a stack. So recently inserted is 50. Okay, first I inserted 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So this 50 is the recently inserted, means just before now we inserted. So this will be removed first. Okay, so that's why this stack we call it as LIFO. Okay, so LIFO means last in, first out. Okay, so last in, first out. This stack is also called as LIFO, last in, first out. Why this we call it as last in, first out means, so we are inserted the last element is 50. So that has to be removed first. We cannot remove in between or at the last. Stack has to be removed at the top of the stack only. Okay, so that's why this stack is called as last in, first out. Which element is added at the last, that will be removed first. That's why stack is called last in, first out. Okay, so this is about stack. So this stack will be represented in two methods or two ways. So representation of stack can be in two ways. One is static using, so this static means it is a constant or fixed. So that can be represented with the help of arrays. Okay, so another one is dynamic these are the two ways to represent the stack. One is static representation using arrays. Another one is dynamic representation using linked list. So now we will study one, that is representation of stack using arrays. Okay, or array representation of stack. So array representation of stack. So which means here this array will the stack will be represented with the help of array. So in this we have different types of arrays. So in that it will utilize as the one-dimensional array. So with the help of one-dimensional array, stack can be represented. Okay. So stack will be represented with the help of one-dimensional array. So we know that the stack is a collection of items. It will be stored in a sequential manner. How the array will be stored, like that only. So here the elements are stored in the stack which has the first index or the first location of the memory. First element will be stored where the first location will be pointed out. So there the stack element will be inserted. Means where exactly the stack elements will be stored means the elements of a stack or the elements will be stored at the first location of the memory block. So where, if we consider this as a memory, so where the first location will be there, here. So here the value will be stored. So that we call it as a stack. Okay. So in this stack we are using one pointer variable, that is top. Okay. So here we are using one pointer top. So this contains the location of the memory. So this top contains the location of the memory where the top element is present in this top. Okay. So suppose if I insert one element, so now this becomes top of the stack, right? So I inserted one element in the stack. So now this is the top of the stack. So if I inserted another element, now this becomes top of the stack. So this pointer top contains the location of the top element in the stack. So that we call it as pointer top. So and in this we are using one variable, that is maximum stack. Okay, max STK we are using like this. So why we are using this? What is the use of this means? It holds the maximum number of elements present in the stack. So suppose I inserted these many elements. Now this becomes the max stack. Okay. So this is the maximum elements inserted in the stack. So these are the variables we are using in the stack. Suppose consider this as a star. If we are not inserting any elements in the stack means the stack is empty, right? So in that position the top is -1, or we can call it as null also. Okay, so when the top value is equal to -1 or null, then we call it as stack is empty. Okay, so when the top is equal to -1, then we call it as stack is empty. So when the top is equal to max stack, so then we can call it as stack is full. Okay, so when this maximum will be moved to the n-1, right? So then top is equal to n-1 or max STK, we call it as stack is full. So if the stack is full, we cannot insert any values, right? So if the stack is empty, we cannot delete any values. So So for that we are using these values for the further process. Let me know how exactly this stack. So first I will give one example. So as you know, you browse the things in the internet, right? So if you browse any data which is visible, so if you are browsing the pages, we will shift to other pages, right? So for example, if you browse some data, okay, for example take it as stack. So you are searching for stack, www.stack. So you will get one page. So in that page you have different links, right? So in that link you click any one of the link and then you go move to the another web page, right? So in that you will get the backward option, right? So if you click on this backward, so you will go back to the recently viewed page, not the first page, right? So that we call it as a stack. Suppose consider we are keeping the books, right? So we are arranging the books like this. So if we want to insert or put one more book, means we are keep that book as a top of the book list, right? So if you want to remove any book also, we are removing the first book and then next book, right? We can't remove this. If we remove this, all books will be fall down, right? So suppose consider this as a stack, okay? So I insert one element into this stack. So if I insert one element into the stack, now this becomes the top of the stack. Now I again insert one more element into the stack, right? So if I insert one more element, this becomes the top of the stack. So now the stack contains two elements, right? So this is a one element, this is one element and this is another element. Now suppose I inserted two more elements into the stack. Now stack contains four elements. So if I want to remove that element, so here we are inserting the element which is at the top of the stack. We cannot insert at the bottom or base, right? So this we call it as base. First element we call it as base. Can we insert at the base of that stack? No. We are inserting at the top of the stack. So likewise, if you want to remove the elements, can I remove like this? No. So if you want to remove the elements from the stack also, I have to remove from the top of the stack. Now I remove one element. Again I remove another element into the top of the stack. So if you want to insert or delete the element into the stack, it has to be only one end. Okay, so only one end we can insert that. I am inserting the item at the same end and I am removing the item from the same end. Okay, so that end we call it as top of the stack. Okay, so that end we call it as top of the stack. Okay, so that we call it as top. Why we are using that top means, so if I insert the element, so now this becomes top of the stack. Now insert one more element, now this becomes top of the stack. Okay, likewise we are inserting only at the one end, not the both ends. So we call it as the deletion and insertion, or adding an element or removing the existing element takes place at the same end. So that's what we call it as stack. Okay, so this is one example for stack. So after this we have to know what are the operations performed on this stack. So what are the operations performed on this stack means, first one is stack function. Okay, so this stack function creates a new stack which is empty. Okay, so if we provide this, if we perform this function stack, okay, so it will create a new structure that is empty stack. Okay, so this creates a empty stack. So if we call this function, so this function creates an empty stack. So now this top will be at the -1. So always index start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Array also start with 0, 1, 2, 3, like that only. So here also stack also. So I will take this as a stack representation. You can take any variable. So in array we are using A. So now we are using stacks. So I provide, just take it as stack as a name. Okay, stack of 0, stack of 1, like this. So now the top is at the -1 because before starting with the stack we have to represent the stack is null, means it doesn't contain any value. So if we use this stack function, it will create a new stack that is empty. Okay, so this function doesn't require any parameters, means arguments. Now we pass mado avashyakate illa, just we call that function. Okay, so and it doesn't return anything. Okay, just it will create a new stack, that's it. So next operation is push. So second operation on stack is very important, listen carefully. So first one is stack. So it creates a new stack that is empty stack. So it doesn't require any parameter. So next second one is push. Okay. So this push function is used to add a new element, or new item into the stack. Okay, so how we are using insertion function and deletion function, same as in stack we are using the name as push. Okay, so push item means it will add a new item into the stack. Okay, new item into the top of the stack. Okay, not so top of the stack. So if I use this push function, so with the help of this function I insert one element. So where this element to be inserted means top of the stack. So if it is empty means the top will be here. So if it is here, if we want to insert that element, we need to increment this top value. So we will learn algorithm how to insert exactly the elements into the top of the stack. So push item is we are adding a new item into the top of the stack. It requires an parameter or argument, that is item. Which item has to be inserted, that has to be passed in this arguments. So next third one is pop. Okay, so pop means we are deleting. Okay, deleting an existing or removing the existing element or item from the top of the stack. So if we insert one element, so this is the top of the stack. So I want to remove this element from the top of the stack. That is pop. Removing the existing element from the top of the stack, that is pop. So next one is we have peek. Okay, so this peek function returns it will provide the top of the element. Okay, so it will returns the top element of the stack. So if suppose consider, so this as a start. So if we use this peek function, so it will return the value 30, which means which element is at the top of the stack, that will be written by this function. Okay, so peek function means it returns the top element from the top of the stack or from the stack. Okay, So if we are doing the pop function, so it will modify the stack, right? So if we are inserting the element into the stack, so it will be modified, means stack will be modified. We are adding the element, means the stack size will be increased. If we are removing the element or pop the element, means it decreases the stack size, means we are modifying the stack. So if we are using this peek function, so it doesn't modify any of the stack elements. Okay, so just it will return the top element from the stack. So peek function returns the top element or top item from the stack. Okay, so it doesn't modify the stack. So next function is empty. Okay, so this isEmpty function checks whether the stack is empty or not. So if you want to insert an element or delete an element, so if you want to delete an element, first we need to check whether the stack contains the elements or not, right? So for that we are using isEmpty function. So this function checks or tests the stack whether the stack is empty or not, and it returns a Boolean value. Okay, so it returns Boolean value. Boolean value means either it is true or false. So this function tests whether the given stack or the stack is empty or not, and it returns a Boolean value. And next operation is size. Okay, so this size function returns a number of elements. Number of elements are the items present in the stack, and it returns a integer value. So size means how many elements are the items present in that stack will be returned. Suppose consider this. So if we use this size function, so it will return 3. So this 3 is an integer value. So this size function returns an integer value. So these are the operations performed on the stack. So first one is stack. So it will create a new stack which is empty stack, right? It will create an empty stack. So next one is push item. So push function. So this function adds a new item into the top of the stack. So it will take a parameter or an argument to be passed to the function. So that is item. So if we want to insert any item into the stack, we have to provide that which item has to be inserted into the stack. So that's why we are passing a parameter or the argument to the called function. Okay. So next we have pop function. So this pop function removes or deletes the existing item from the top of the stack. Okay. So next one is peek function. So this function returns the top item from the stack and it doesn't modify the stack. So next one is empty. Okay. So this isEmpty function tests whether the given stack is empty or not, and it returns a Boolean value. So next one is size. So size function, it returns a number of elements in the stack and an integer value. It returns an integer value. So these are the operations performed on the stack. Okay. So next we have to know how these two functions, one is push function, another one is pop function, will be worked with the help of algorithm. Okay. So how we studied how to insert an element into an array and how to delete an element into an array. Likewise, here also we have the operation called push and then pop function. So how these functions will be worked? So first we will know so the first one is push function. So this push function will take the stack and then top, size and then item. Okay, so in this function we are using the variables. One is stack. So stack means it is a array that contains n number of elements. So we are representing that stack using with the help of or using the arrays, right? So here stack we call it as it is an array which contains n number of elements, and we are using top. So this top is the top of the element in the stack. Okay, stack alli yavadu first element irutto adana ನಾವು top anta ಕರೀತೀವಿ. So next we are using item and then size. So item, which item has to be inserted into the stack. So that is a description. So how we will insert an element into the stack means, suppose consider this as a stack. Okay. So if I want to insert an element into the stack, first I need to check whether this stack is full or not. So if the stack is full, I cannot insert a value, right? So for that we are using two conditions. One is we are using two conditions. One is overflow condition, another one is underflow condition. So what is meant by this overflow condition means, so overflow means if the top value is greater than, if the top value is more than the or equal to max stack. Okay, so then we call it as overflow, means we cannot insert more values into the stack. Okay, underflow means the top, this condition is used when we are deleting the element. So overflow means when the top value is equal to -1 or null, then we call it as underflow condition. Okay, so these conditions will be used in this overflow condition has to be checked before inserting an element. Okay, so now I need to the first step I need to check whether the stack is overflow or not. So for that I am using if condition. So if top is equal to max stk, or we can use n-1. So because always the array contains n value, so if we take an at n-1, then it is a number of elements inserted in the stack. So if the condition is true, it will print stack is overflow. Exit. End of it. So if the stack is not overflow, means we have the space to insert a new element, then what we will do first is we have to, before inserting an element into the stack top value is -1. So this is the initial value. So if we want to insert a new element, we need to increment this top. Okay, now top equals top plus 1. Now the top value becomes +1, that is 0. So always the array index starts with 0. Now the top becomes here. Now I need to insert an element into the stack, right? That is the third step. So I am inserting the element into the stack of the tag. Now I insert a new element into the top of the stack and then exit from this loop. So this it doesn't exit, it returns from this function, which means whichever the new item will be inserted into the stack, that will be displayed. So this is about push function. So in this function, first we need to check the overflow condition. So if it is not true, then we will increment the top value and then we will insert a new element. So in next class we will study the pop function.